Can you hear me? Oh, there it fucking goes. Fuck yes! What's up, everybody? How sweet! Like, it's funny because I didn't get to see the whole movie, but I was up watching Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud, of course. So I jerked my dick real quick. But it is like, even from my perspective, I know this might sound weird, but like, I realize how I feel like Kevin's super clever, and I think it's so, like, when you watch the movie and you see all the like callbacks to the other stuff, and like how Dante in the end's all happy, he's like, I feel it, you know. Even for me, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel it too. This is great. But anyway, thank you for sitting and watching the movie. Hopefully you guys have questions for me, or this is gonna be fucking real boring. I can sit up here and try to pull my balls out or something, but you've all seen that before, right? Most of you, I think. But yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work. We're just gonna go into the you two. I feel like you're just fucking guarding me and shit. Like someone's gonna run up on stage and pull my pants down. Does anyone have questions? I mean, I don't feel like anyone has to get up. Please don't get up if you don't want to. I feel like I could probably hear you, but you're up now, so go for it. You're going to ask the first question, and hopefully it's strong and hard.
Well, I'll do my best. I mean, I'm 40, so, you know, these days.
Do it. Give me your best, baby.
So, as the one character who is written based off of your own personality, do you ever take issue with the way that, like, Kev portrays that version of you? Like, you ever read something he wrote and be like, come on, man.
That's a good question, bro. Thank you. You did come hard and strong, brother. Because it's a good question. It really is.
Great question.
No, I don't actually. You know what? I love how Kevin has written. Like, Clerks 1 was... Again, I know Kevin and I have done Q&As for so many years in our podcast and all that. I've mentioned this before, but you know that Jay's written as me, as a 13, 14, 15-year-old, like oh fuck yes. Sorry, I'm gonna answer that question after I have my caffeine, motherfucker. Sorry, I'm almost there, guys. Yeah, you hold that, that's so good, look. What if Matt... What if Matt just stood here the whole show like this? And
And we'd all have to pull our dicks out and just get real complicated.
Thank you, sir. I feel better now. Hey guys, what's going on? What the fuck's that? No, but Kevin wrote Jay. Kevin and I met, I think I was 13. When Kevin wrote Clerks, again, we've mentioned it before, but he literally wrote the character based on me, for me, of all the things I had said, like obnoxious things, the way I would act, and I would like always try to get him to smoke weed in the cooler and all these different things. And that's how he wrote it. And what I love is, like, in Clerks 2, you saw that I really had I got strung out and I was on drugs, and then I got arrested for a deployed airbag. I went to Newark to get drugs, and we got in a car accident, and the bag came out, the airbag. I mean, we pushed it back in. It wasn't sticking out, but we pushed it back in. The car was a fucking wreck, but we drove home with a fucking car that was really fucked up. And we got pulled over because of it, and they got sentenced to rehab. And then Kevin wrote that, you know, like Ethan comes up, he's like, where you guys been? I was like, 6 months in rehab for a deployed airbag, all true. And I love that Kevin threw out Mallrats, like I was a little bit more slapsticky, obnoxious because I got a little bit older. I wasn't as rude because I got older and I realized I couldn't tell some girl, hey, I'm gonna fucking pull my balls out because now I'm 18 and I can get arrested. You know, so I fucking had to tone it down. So I got a little bit sillier and goofier. So no, I never had any problem. I love how Kevin has, you know, from Clerks 1 all the way through, has like reboot, I'm a dad. In real life I was a dad, and he wrote as a dad. And I find that super awesome and clever for Kevin. I definitely know that when I was a little bit more camera shy, Clerks 1, I was super nervous being in front of the camera, even though I was playing myself. And Kevin has told the story where he's like, I'm like, hey man, I don't think I can do this. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, why does the character say snoochie boochies? And he said, why do you say snoochie boochies? But it was really like me being like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. And the camera would turn on and I'd be like, snooch to the douche, you know? And I remember like Mallrats, there was a few things he had me doing that were a little goofy, which it wasn't because I was like, the character would never do that. But as a person, I was like, man, I can't do this in front of all these people. Like, you want me to fucking run around and do this? I don't remember the exact scenes. But again, I didn't have an issue with the character as much as, hey, I'm just not comfortable yet, like 100% comfortable being in front of the camera. Even after I got more comfortable enough to do all the movies we did, however we've done, if you guys have ever gone back and watched any of Kevin's Evening with Kevin Smiths, in the very beginning, Kevin would call me out on stage, and everyone would be like, yeah, Stitch as it is, you know? And I'd be like, fuck yeah, fucking my balls, you know? And then as soon as someone asked me a question, I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, what's your favorite movie? I'd be like, Mallrats. But I'd have no answer for it. Like, I just would answer one because I'd be so nervous on stage. So it even took me multiple years to get up on stage and be able to be like, oh, you asking me a question, here's the answer, and this is why that answer is this, you know? So that took a while too. It took me a while to get comfortable on stage and in front of the camera and stuff. So, but great fucking question, bro. No one's ever asked me that. Thank you. That's it, guys. Bye. Go for it. Wait, are we going? Yeah. Hello, young man.
Good evening. I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you for.
Did you bring me any art today?
I actually did.
Well, fuck yeah, bring it up. I knew he was gonna ask. It's really sweet. Every time he comes up, he brings. Is this? Oh, fuck yes. Did you just get that here on the boat? Oh. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if they could see it. How fucking cool. Well, I didn't see that either. Wow, bro. So it's really cool every time we do, not every time, but a lot of times, if he's at the show, we'll get on stage and there'll be the tables there and we have artwork. So it's cool because I'm always like, oh, a new piece of art. Nice. So thank you. But what was your question? You said you don't have a question, but you wanted to. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Be safe. Be careful. Look, nice tattoo. It's funny because we had the tattoo artist was here, and I asked Kevin a few times. Kevin and I for years keep going back and forth. We're like, oh my God, people show us these really cool tattoos. Guys, it's gonna get better. The Q&A will get better. Don't leave. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Kevin and I will see cool tattoos like that, and him and I go back and forth, but we're like, fuck, why don't we have Jay and Bob tattoos? But we can't decide if like I get Bob and he gets Jay, or I get Jay and vice versa or something. So we haven't done it yet, but eventually I feel like we're gonna get a tattoo. I said I'd only get one more, and I'll get that. If Kevin gets one, I'll get one, but I want to get my son's name on me because I have my daughter and my wife's name. But I'm such a pussy. Every time I get a tattoo after I'm done, I'm like, as soon as they start, I'm like, oh, how? Why did I do this? And I always want to quit, but then I'm like, I can't quit with like L-O, you know, and not let them finish the name. So anyway, eventually I'll fucking be ready to do it. So we went from there. So your turn.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, this is not about Clerks.
It's okay. It doesn't have to be, please don't, it doesn't have to be about Clerks, because I'm sure, yeah, there's only so many questions you can ask me, especially because I'm not the main character. I was shocked they didn't have me come do Reboot or Strikes Back. I don't know why they picked Clerks. I was supposed to do Madness in the Method, which is the movie I directed. Thank you. My buddy wrote it. I sort of co-wrote it, but he wrote it, and I put in ideas, and he rewrote them and stuff. But we couldn't get the rights for it, and they were like, look, we can't even chance it, because we're like, can't we just show it? It's just our people, you know? But they were like, we can't chance it, and it makes sense. But anyway, go ahead. It's not about Clerks, it's about...
So I've seen in past Q&As with Cav that he's told stories about how Alan Rickman thinks you're one of, like, the greatest American actors. What do you feel about that? With how Alan Rickman speaks about you?
You know, I think it's great. You know, again, there is many. Kevin's perspective. He remembers many times, not many times, but definitely a couple times, looking over, and he said, Alan and I would be in these deep conversations. The bummer is it's like one of those things where I kick myself in the ass, because in general, I shouldn't have been shooting heroin and smoking crack and shit. But on top of that, a lot of the times during Dogma, we were out there, like halfway through I met this girl. Well, I met the girl earlier, but halfway through, I was trying to stay sober, and she had a friend who dealt drugs. So I started doing cocaine and heroin, and I was a mess on Dogma. So I feel like there's a big blur of me filming that movie. Like, I remember a lot of things, and then I forget a lot of things. So I remember sitting with Alan and having long conversations, but the shitty thing is I can't say, like, oh my God, this one time we were talking about where he grew up in his childhood and he went to fucking this school or something really cool. But we would talk all the time because he was super engaging, super awesome. So many of there's so many people we've worked with, all the cool people we worked, George Carlin, Chris Rock, and it's all awesome. Everyone's been amazing to work with, but there's definitely people who, like Chris Rock, super great and funny, but like I never got to really hang out with him. He'd come and do his scenes, and then he'd have to like go do wardrobe, and he'd go in his trailer, and then he'd come out and do more scenes. And then someone like Elijah Dushku, she would like come out and do her scene, but then sit there and hang out like for the next hour while we were filming other things, and we'd get to chat with her. Same with Alan. Alan would engage and ask questions and talk to Kevin about like, oh, what was your thought on this and stuff. So it's a real bummer because I wish, like Kevin's perspective of him and I talking on the steps of the church, I wish I could give, and maybe I should make it up for a question like this one day, but I don't want to right now. But yeah, I just feel like I wish I could be like, oh my God, he had told me the best story ever, and here it is, you know? But it's not the case. I just remember him talking to me and asking about like Kevin and working with Kevin and stuff like that, and then we talked about a bunch of other stuff. When we went out to London once, he brought us out to dinner, which was really awesome as well. Great guy. I mean, I really feel like most of the people we've worked with, there's never been someone where I'm like, I cannot believe that fucking wet hole, you know? Everyone's been super cool, or, you know, again, maybe not very engaging, but still nice. Like, hey, have a good morning. I hope you have a great day today. Bye, I'm going back to my trailer to touch my penis. You know? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I've had a ball watching everything you've done on screen for my entire adult life, and you brought me so much fun. So I want to ask you, what was the most fun moment you've had on set? Like
one of my favorite. I mean, filming wise, I would say two things stand out to me, and I'll tell you both. One of the things filming, like while the camera's rolling and we got the shot. One of my favorite things of all time, of course, was Bong Saber fighting with Cock Knocker, right? Like getting like him bringing in, right? So getting to do that was fucking surreal. Like that was so surreal. I mean, like Luke Skywalker or lightsaber fighting, but Bong Saber either way. So that right there. But my favorite moment ever is on Strike Back. When I would go in the morning. So when you go in the morning, you're shooting a movie, you get the set, and like first thing you go to your trailer and you put your stuff down, your backpack, whatever. And then the wardrobe's in there, so I put my J costume on, and then I gotta go to, they're like, hair and makeup's waiting for you. So then you go into the trailer where the hair and makeup is, and so I go in there to get my hair done and put powder shit so I don't get shiny. Around that time, the song, the record album, fucking CD, whatever the fuck, came out, Shaggy. So she called me in the bathroom, wasn't me, and they called me in the shower, you know, that song. So I had bought that disc, and there was like 4 songs in a row that I really loved. So I'd bring that shit in the hair and makeup trailer, because they had a CD player with speakers throughout the trailer, and I'd pop it in whenever I was in the seat, and then when I'd leave, I'd take it out and bring it with me. But of course, while I'm there, people would come in and out, and they'd get their hair done. Kevin would pop in, and get his hair done, makeup on, and he'd go out and fucking block the next scene and shit. And then Will Ferrell would come in and fucking Judd Nelson and all the awesome people, right? So one day we're filming that scene, you know, in the tube where it's like the parody or whatever you want to call it, Fugitive, where Kevin and I run through the tunnel, Jay and Bob run through the tunnel with Suzanne, and we jump, and you think we jump out of the tube into the water, but Suzanne's holding us, and Will Ferrell's like, and he starts to chase us, and he jumps down, and he's like, shit, you know. While we were on stage, they had a big fucking fake sewer pipe, and we were inside of there, and we were blocking the scene, and they're like, hey, you know, we're gonna get ready to film this, but we need to put up a couple more lights because it's too dark. So while we were waiting there, I was standing there asking Kevin something about the scene, and then all of a sudden I start like humming that song, because again, it was stuck in my head, so I'm like, cause you know me in the man, and I'm talking to Kevin, I'm like sort of humming that, and all of a sudden someone whips me around and shit, and it's Will Ferrell, and he's like, it wasn't me. And me and Will Ferrell start dancing that it wasn't me, and it was so surreal, because I'm like, holy fuck, I'm dancing with Will Ferrell, you know? So again, I'll never forget it, because again, I was a huge fan of Will Ferrell, and it's, to this day, it's been 30 years, and when I look back, even now, like we're on the side of the stage, and you know, the time comes out, Morris Day, and the time comes off stage, and they're all giving me hugs and want selfies with me, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is surreal to me. Like, these are people, like, we did a movie with them 30 years ago, and Shannon Elizabeth, fucking American Pie, and Jam Bob Strike Back, but I was like, I watched American Pie before she came and did that movie. So it's still surreal to me, the people we've worked with, and when I see them, still, and so Will Ferrell dancing with me, I was like, this is fucking crazy and awesome at the same time. So that's one of my favorite stories. I've told it before, but I'll never honestly forget it. Even fucking, I could be smoking crack and everything, and I'll never forget it. But yeah, he was awesome. That was one of my favorite. But of course, the bong saber fighting was my favorite thing to ever film. So I'm like, holy fuck. And then driving in the car with fucking Princess Leia, like, I get to pretend to eat her pussy. That's fucking nuts, right? Holy shit, you know? Thank you, sir.
Hold the book!
Hi. Don't touch that. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello. Okay, so I asked Kevin this question the other day, and I was really curious to hear your answer, because his answer was a little surprising to me. But
Okay.
who is your favorite character that Kevin has ever written in this universe, but you're not allowed to say Jay or Silent Bob?
My favorite character he ever wrote in this universe. That's a good question. Shit, let me think. So it's someone that has to be in the. So can it only be in one movie? So can it be, for example, one of the people who have made me laugh over all the movies we filmed, like during filming and laughing. I cracked up the whole time, so much so that Kevin got really upset, because he's like, bro, he kept having to cut in the scene with Sean William Scott, when he was like, I'm a noble rabbit, you know? And he's like, of course, you know? The way his mouth was with the fake braces and his hair, dude, he had me cracking up every time, and we'd be like, action, and we'd start the film, and then I'd start cracking up, and he'd be like, Jay, stop laughing, we have to get through the scene. So if it's a one-off, I would say that character. But does it have to be someone streamlined through all the movies, like Brody? I would say it's him, because again, he made me laugh the most. But I also love Brody's character. I love Brody, and that he owns a comic book store. I love that we get to always, like, through the movies, we always go talk to him, even like if you heard the script, you know, we go talk to him about fucking stuff, and he's always, yeah, Brody Bruce, I would say, is my streamlined character from all the things, but definitely Sean William Scott's my favorite. Thank you.
Thank you.
Long-time fan. I have two questions. The first one is, I really hope we see you at Skankfest and Story Wars this year.
I know. Well, thank you.
Okay, so we'll make that happen. And then my other question goes back to when you were a young child.
Let me just tell them, just while we're in there, so I don't forget. Skankfest, if you're wondering, guys, is this really cool comedy festival that I got invited to the last couple years. I went 2 years ago and then last year, and it's pretty awesome because, again, what I do more than anything now than acting or anything is my stand-up comedy. On the Road, Diary of a Man-Child, and some amusing stories before that. So it was really cool for them to invite me to a comedy festival because I'm like, wow, they consider me a real comedian. This is amazing. So it was a lot of fun, and that's what he's talking about. He saw me this year, and hopefully they invite me next year.
He was amazing. We need
Thank
to
you.
see him on Story Wars because no one has better stories.
Thank
and
you,
then this
thank
is
you.
a story from when you were a child, and I just was wondering, did you work out the joystick trackball bit, or was that improv in the rec center? Had you done the trackball when no one was looking?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about when you worked out?
When
That's a
you're
real
getting
story.
married, you filleted them.
Oh, we
filleted
had
the joysticks, and then you filleted the trackball too.
Yes. No, that was a spur of the moment thing. You mean when Kevin tells a story about? He tells a story about when we like sort of first met and how I kicked open the rec center door and him, Walt, and Brian were bagging and boarding their comics, and they weren't paying attention to me. But I was bored, so I went around and I grabbed the flagpole, grabbed the fucking phone. I was like, and then I went around and took a pencil and a fucking marker and whatever else, and then I got to the fucking centipede or asteroids, and they had the rollerball, right? So then I was like, fuck it, you know? But yeah, that was a real spur of the moment thing that Kevin had talks about. That's sort of when he said he realized like, wow, this dude's fucking. He just like weird, and I'm gonna write him in a movie one day, or someone should write him in a movie. Again, he tells his perspective better because I remember that. But again, I don't remember to a T everything, but I know it's spur of the moment. Because again, I would do shit like that all the time at that age because I would get bored and I'd be like, what am I gonna do? And I was super, like I was such a pig that I had an older brother, and my brother like fucking, you know, he would like bring me out with him and his friends, and they were 18 and they would be drinking and he'd be fucking pulling his girlfriend's tits out and shit. And he'd be like, Jay, look at her titties, which is so weird now because it's like, bro, don't do that. Like that ain't cool. But again, as a kid at fucking 13, I was like, ooh, boobies, you know? Anyway, so thank you, brother. Thank you.
So you've always been an improvisational genius.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hi.
I just want to share my gratitude for this USQ community. I'm really grateful that I get to be here and share this experience with everyone.
It is super fucking cool. You know what's so awesome to me is like, I know it's even easier now, but I always think back, one of my favorite things Kevin did, and it showed even like the power of Kevin's movies, I want to say, and the audience, is if you guys been a fan since before the internets, and there was the fucking ViewerSkew message board, right? And people would write on the board, and they'd fucking find these best friends on the board, and they'd write back and forth, and you'd dial up a fucking photo that would go, bzz, 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 and you'd be like, oh, she's gonna be hot, and then it would be like, you know, or he's gonna be hot, and he'd have 3 fucking nostrils, whatever. But everyone would meet up, and Kevin would do fucking Boulderthon, which was so amazing. But I'm just saying, it's like, I feel like even back then I realized, like, holy shit, like, people really like Kevin's movie, and the people who like the movies really seem to fucking relate and really hang out and get to know each other. And it is true, it's fucking awesome. This is our second cruise, and a bunch of you guys were on it last time. There's a bunch of new people. So thank you everybody for being here. This gives us a chance to come out and do it and shit. I'm having a blast. I've had a blast all week. Hopefully we get to do a third one. We've done Chronicon, right? We've had 2 years of Chronicon. I'm sure at least a handful of you have gone to that. That's been a lot of fun too, so it's pretty amazing. So thank you for thanking them, and thank you for me for thanking you for that.
Do I get to ask a question?
Oh, I thought you didn't have a question, but yes, of course. I thought you said I don't want to have a question. I just want to tell everyone that they're fucking awesome and they all have beautiful feet. Go ahead.
Oh, well, if you want to know later, you can ask me about my Fukushika shoes.
All right, perfect. Do it.
But, so my question is...
Oh, you do have those cool shoes. I remember those. Okay, go ahead.
I'll send you a link.
Thank you.
Into your DMs. So, what my question actually is pivoting from, just my respect for this community and everything wonderful that it's manifested and brought me and everyone here. It includes like so many creative, empathetic, amazing people, and one of the people that we don't ever get to hear about is your grandmother that helped raise you. And I don't know if that's a sensitive subject matter
It's
for you,
not,
but
but
is there
then-
a certain story that might come in your head that helps?
That's very sweet of you, because you're right, I've never really spoke about her, and I guess I've never got it, not because it's a sore subject, but
Is there a story you could
a
share?
story. I wish I had a great story about my grandma, honestly, because again, I was a kid and she's who raised me. She was super. I had to go to church every Sunday. We went to this church. I remember she would drag me there, and I didn't want to go because, of course, I was a kid. But the only cool thing about it is I recently went to church with my wife, who's Catholic. And it was such a different vibe, because when we go to church in Jersey, she was a Baptist, Methodist, whatever you call it. And we'd come in, and the priest would have a guitar, and he'd be like, blow the trumpet in Zion, Zion, and they'd be jamming, true story. So I remember that I had to go to church about her, but what I'll tell you about her, which is sort of, will sum it up, I'll tell you, is when so right around in the 10-year period of me as a kid to a teenager, I lost my grandma who raised me. Then I moved in with my aunt, which was her daughter, Alice White, who then passed away soon after. Then my mom got out of prison, and I moved in with my mom, who also died. So 3 people who died very quickly in a 10-year thing. But my grandma, they had to we were at the cemetery, and you get to walk up to the coffin and put a rose on the top of it and stuff. I dove on top of the coffin. I was like, Grandma, and I wouldn't leave, and they had to drag me off of that. And that didn't happen with my aunt. Not that I don't love my aunt and my mom, but I'm just saying I loved my grandma so much and thought so much of her that they had to drag me off of the coffin, which is sort of weird when I say it out loud now, but again, it was. But she was, again, just a older woman who went to church every week and just was doing her best to let me to raise me as best she could. So, but I'm gonna have to think of some stories, because again, if people are interested in wondering about her, which is no one's ever asked that, so that's pretty fantastic. Thank you. I'm gonna think of some good things that I can tell truths about her, but make funny, so I can share, but not have to make it all dreary, right? I can try to make it fun and loving and say, hey, this is who my grandma was. Thank you.
Please come back to Tacoma soon so I can see you and I don't have to ask for time off work.
Thank you very much. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're good? All right. Well, fuck, man. Guys, I don't know what to say. We're done already. Thank you again for coming on the cruise. Thank you guys for watching the movies. Thank you for sitting here and listening to me fucking talk. Stoops to the fucking dude. Cinnamon's coming up. The next thing I know that's happening is Kevin's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, and her band's playing Cinnamon. So, if anyone's going to see that, I'll see you there. That's where I'm going. Stoops to the mooch.
Oh, hey.
Did you fall asleep in there?
No, but I'm struggling to stay awake.
But, okay, yeah, we're usually sleeping.
Straight up, I went to the spa this morning.
Did you really?
My legs have been in that hole, they feel great, but not walking great.
Oh.
More I want to lay down great.
Probably goes that.
We gotta pop that champagne bottle first.
Oh, yeah, grab up.
Were you in there?
Yes, I was.
Like
Did
right
any of my
behind
texts?
No.
Probably not.
No.
I just got a text saying our flight has been pushed to the next day.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
God.
8 in the morning.
All right, well, good. Fuck
I mean,
it.
that's technically better.
Yes, it's
So
better.
now you're leaving Monday morning or Tuesday morning?
Apparently, there's a giant snowstorm coming, and New York
There
City's
is.
under.
Wait,
We're in PA, and
Yeah.
it's coming tomorrow night into Monday.
Yeah, I just
We're
got a-
flying out Monday.
I just got a text from Priceline saying that my flight has been delayed.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
so glad we waited an extra day because I heard a big storm's coming.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was
Where
going
are you
to
flying?
affect us. I don't remember, honestly.
Where's home for you?
We're going to New York, but we have a stop in between, which I think is
Yeah, we're going to PA.
Atlanta?
So we had to take a bus from Philly to Scranton, our last leg. I don't know why, but that was the
Yeah.
connection. Like we're flying
Well,
from.
Hey, this is better than getting in at midnight and me driving for that.
From Philly to Scranton.
What makes you feel any better where I live? When I get off the airport, we had a 3-hour drive. We still have a 3-hour drive, but it's not at 11 p.m. anymore.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
gonna be snow.
You know what?
I can deal with snow during the day.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of snow when
During
we
the
left.
day.
A little bit
That's
more
true,
now.
that's true.
There's in here.
We're only at 10. 11. Wait, how is 20 possible?
20?
Yeah, literally, it says 20.
Can we find out?
Oh.
I don't think we can.
Oh, well, not 20
got
of you
some people being
two.
inside some other people.
20 really, really skinny people.
Hi.
Like 8 of us.
No.
Sorry.
No.
We're gonna stop at every single one.
Yeah, and I'm going to hit no on every one. Is everybody going to 11, 12, and 13? Fantastic.
Who just hit 12 or 11? Me. I'm
We're
going
11.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to
Oh wait, you're not going up to the dance party. I'm not in black.
No, I am. I got to go back to the old room ski first.
11?
This is 11. This is
That's
11.
11. It's 11. Jesus Christ.
Other side.
Is it?
Yep. See that.
Bridge?
Bridge viewing area. Bridge viewing area. If that sign is on there, you go on this side.
Oh, okay.
That's how I've been figuring it out.
Yeah, so we're going to have to, it's not a tonight thing, obviously. Tomorrow we're going to have to figure out another hotel.
Yeah, well, fine. Probably just, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we want to stay at the same one we're at or whatever, but we got an extra day.
I would rather simplify things.
One night to burn it all down. Hit rock bottom now, turning it around. From the edge of the dark, I can finally see the man I was ain't the man I'll be. One night, yeah, took that pain to wash it all out in the pool.
That song is called Denial. It's a new one. It'll be out later this year. Thank you very much. This next song, you could call it diss track. It is about the worst person I've ever known. And fuck that guy! Fuck that guy! I fucking hate him! I fucking hate these guys so much. Yeah, I had some things to work through, and so we wrote a pretty mean diss track. This song is called Enemy.
What's up, neighbor?
Hey!
I'm gonna hug you.
Last night hug?
Alright, yeah.
Lost it all just to find my way.
What you up to?
Oh, I'm just chilling, man. I don't know, but they got cinnamon up on the pool deck. All right, I believe she is excited for that, more so than I am. I'm just sort of. All right, bro. Yes.